This is from The Score, every team's biggest need in the NFL draft. For the Browns, biggest need, they say, defensive tackle. Top early round targets: Chris Jenkins, Ruki Ahorohoro, Mason Smith. Three of Cleveland's top four defensive tackles are over 30 years old, while the other, Maurice Hurst, re-signed to a one-year deal. Finding future building blocks up front. Major priority for the Browns to remain relevant in the AFC. You know what? That's a fair assessment of needs. If you want to, quote unquote, needs defensive tackle, a young one, I think that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean I think the position where you really don't have a lot of long-term options for. You would obviously hope Siaki Ika makes a step up, in 2024, going forward into 2025, to give you confidence that he can be a guy that you can at least rely on a rotation going forward, if not possibly to steal a starting job. But I think obviously, when it comes to long-term project prospects at the position, I've said before, if you're taking a defensive tackle, be prepared to redshirt almost no matter how good they are. And looking at that list that was presented, Chris Jenkins, Brook Ororo, those are two, kind of run-stopping type of defensive tackles. I think they'd be more ready to contribute right away than Mason Smith. Mason Smith, I think, is a guy that really does need that redshirt season. He had a great freshman year, got injured, pretty much missed his entire sophomore season outside of like a handful of snaps, I think. And then, came back last season, looked pretty good, maybe not quite as good as it did as a freshman, but you understand, it was a torn ACL. So you understand that first season isn't always going to be, the best version of him. So I think those are actually three pretty good options you'd be looking at for defensive tackle if Michael Hall Jr. isn't one of those guys.